feel the power of the backdrop. It's gonna roll you like a big top. I feel the power of the backdrop. It's gonna roll you like a big top. I feel the power of the backdrop. It's gonna roll you like a big top. I feel the power of the backdrop. It's gonna roll you like a big top. I feel the power of the backdrop. It's gonna roll you like a big top. I feel the power of the backdrop. It's gonna roll you like a big top. I'm gonna take you down. 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 Bring it up into a beat. You pound it in the street. Bring it up into a beat. You pound it in the street. Feel the power of the backdrop. It's gonna roll you like a big top. I feel the power of the backdrop. It's gonna roll you like a big top. Of the backdrop. It's gonna roll you like a big top. I feel the power of the backdrop. It's gonna roll you. It's gonna roll you. You gotta power it up. Backdrop, it's gonna roll you like a big top. I feel the power of the backdrop. It's gonna roll you like a big top. I feel the power of the backdrop. It's gonna roll you like a big top. I feel the power of the backdrop. It's gonna roll you like a big top. Gotta take it down. Bring it up into a beat. You pound it in the street. Bring it up into a beat. You pound it in the street. Feel the power of the backdrop. It's gonna roll you like a big top. I feel the power of the backdrop. It's gonna roll you like a big top. You're in control. You're in control. Yeah. You're in control. You gotta power it up. Yeah. You're in control. You gotta power it up. Yeah. You're in control. You gotta power it up. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Christopher Schotts. This is tape number 1, Chokes, Neck Cranks, and Strangulations. This tape is so important for self-defense. These techniques are very easy to learn and secure. Yet, you need to be very careful when applying these techniques because if you get too bold and careless, move into them too fast, your partner's next trip will be to the emergency room. Let's face it, we live in a world gone mad. There's a kook in every corner, gangbangers, bullies, child molesters. They'll never be your friend. Therefore, you want to be prepared. You want some security in this cold world. It's time you get it. These techniques are designed to cripple your opponent on the ground where over 90% of all real fighting will end up. Therefore, do not be afraid to go to the ground. The ground should be your friend. The head and neck area is the prime place to attack the opponent. The same place the proverbial snake handler catches a rattlesnake, at the head. Go for the head and neck and you'll be just fine. In fact, once you place your enemy in one of these holds, they'll respect you just a little more. Make them feel the pain. Enjoy the tape. Hello. Today I'm going to be working with Bill, my partner here. And we're going to be, on this tape, attacking the neck area. We're going to be attacking the artery, the blood that goes to the brain, the Adam's apple area, which is the breathing apparatus, and the spine. Not all these moves I show on this tape are legal in tournament Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Russian Combat Sombo, or Judo. However, all of them work real well on the street, and that's why I want to show them to you today. But I want to make extra sure that you people, when you practice these moves and I hope you do practice them before you use these moves, that you use extra special care, because you won't only cripple your opponent, you may destroy him, you may kill your opponent. So let's go to the mat for the sake of the camera. Most of these chokes work from the stand-up position, a side position. All of them work from the position of being on the pavement, the cement, on the ground. This first choke is called the rear naked choke. And it's the #1 choke. The first choke we learned is ground fighters in submission fighting. All Brazilians know this, Russian military knows this, judo artists know this. Why? Because it's a wonderful choke, it's easy to get, and once you get the move on somebody, their lights are out in 5 to 10 seconds. So, the first thing I do on my opponent, we want to think of ourselves as our arm as kind of a boa constrictor, a python, constricting the prey. In this case, we're going to be constricting the blood that goes to his brain. He'll go out like a light. I've been knocked out with this one. I've knocked people out with this. It's not a fun feeling. What we want to do next is create distance between his chin and his collarbone. We do this by keeping a straight hand. A fist won't work. We can't generally get under there in that case. We want to start on the outside of his neck. You can use either hand. I'm right-handed. It's easier for me. However, you can start from either side. And we want to slip tight into his neck, wrapping it around, tightening the distance, making sure there's no air between the arm and his neck. We want to proceed until our elbow is lined up with his chin. A very good orientation point. The next thing we want to do is take an open palm, stick it on the other bicep, take this hand, stick it behind his head. 2 reasons for that. First is our opponent can't headbutt us, making our eyes water, forcing us to let go of the move. And second of all, we're constricting his head. It makes the move that much easier. So what we want to do is take an open hand, slide it through tight onto his neck, elbow lined up with his chin as tight as you can go. It will work if it's not quite lined up, but it's a good orientation point. This palm up, palm open, face towards the ground on the bicep, hand behind the head. And what we do is we don't want to use any force in this at all, any strength. It's all technique. That way a 100-pound person could defeat a 250-pound man. So we want to slide it through, palm down, push the head forward, flex our biceps, watch them tap. Very painful. So let me do it full speed here. Wonderful move. Move number 2 is similar to the other choke in that we're not attacking his spine, we're not attacking this breathing apparatus, but we're attacking the artery. I am in what we call the mounted position, the second best position somebody can be in a street fight, as well as in the dojo training. Why? Because we can do all kinds of fun things to our enemy. We can gouge his eyes, we can bite him, we can punch down on him with straight choppy punches. We can stick our elbows in his face. We can do all kinds of wicked things to him. And in the street I recommend you do, unless we have a blood issue in this day of AIDS and hepatitis B, go for the choke. It's better. So what we want to do here, in the street, I guarantee you about 90% of the time, the opponent's not thinking about his neck. He's not thinking about keeping his neck down towards the ground. But we want to create distance around his neck so we can wrap our arm around it. We can do it with some of those techniques such as eye gouging, punching. But in this case, it's going to be easy for us. We're going to take our hand and we want to use the palm up, slide it around his neck to where our bicep and the blade of our wrist are going to pinch together like scissors. Once we wrap this around, we want to scoot our knees up underneath his arms, creating that tightness. We want to stick our chest out as we pull our wrist towards the inside of our chest, making him submit. It only takes 5 to 10 seconds to knock an opponent out who's on the street by cutting his blood off to his brain. If you feel his body go limp, it's time to let him go. So once again, we go around, nice and tight, flex the biceps, pinch the wrist, arch the back, watch him turn purple. So I'll do it fast. And that's move number 2. This is move number 3. Once again, this is a choke. But in this move, we're attacking both the breathing apparatus underneath his Adam's apple and the artery that takes the blood to the brain. It's a wonderful move, used commonly in Combat Russian Sombo, used in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Even some judoists use this. You won't see this on the street. The average criminal doesn't know anything about this, how to defend it, how to use it. It'll work every time if you get them in this position. We're in the mount. Once again, this is the second best position you can be in, on top of your opponent. From here you can do so many wonderful, wicked things to your aggressor. We can gouge his eyes with our thumb. We can slam down him with an open palm, driving the back of his head into the sidewalk. We can stick our elbow down on his bridge of his nose. But this day of AIDS and hepatitis, be careful of blood. Let's go for the choke and end the fight the easy way. What we want to do here is make the opponent try to push us off of him, which is standard. It's the most common thing. He's going to do it anyways. Or he's going to try to punch me. Try punching me, Bill. Won't reach, but I can reach him. My arms are shorter than his. This is just the position we're in. Even if he does make contact, it'll just upset you, make you want to hurt him more. So he raises his arm. What we want to do is grab him, same side. Use the same side hand, grab his wrist. What we want to do then is thrust it down towards the ground using your shoulder. Now before we let this hand go, we want to grab the wrist, then we can let it go. Now it's in the opposite hand we started with. At that point, once again, straight hand, don't want to come around his head. We want to swim through the back of his neck where there's distance between the sidewalk and his neck. We want to reach around and now secure this wrist before we let this one go. Let it go with this hand. Now this one's open. Now we're ready to finish the move. In the meantime, you can be blistering him down with punches. But what we want to do now is look for the distance between his chin and his elbow. We may have to release this up a little. So we can swim this hand through. Fits nice and easy, just like a glove. Then we want to grab our bicep. We don't have to make it